This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Hey everybody, welcome to our special episode of Cats and Pudding and Kitty.
Kitty, meow.
Meow, rear. We already had a cat fight already.
She's the cat, I'm the kitty. Well, go ahead.
So this is our special edition at the San Gennaro Feast, and we have a special guest who is the Grand Marshal or
I'm
the
a board of
Grand
director.
Master?
I'm a board of
He's
director.
not the Grand Marshal.
She was the Grand Marshal this year.
I'm an idiot.
Mario is the board of directors. First of all, we're live at. Look at these people out in the
can't
street.
believe it.
Hi, we got some people outside. Do you hear us?
Do you hear us out there?
I don't think they hear us. Anyway,
That's
we're
all right.
we're on Mulberry and Grand at Red Sauce Studios.
Thank you,
which
Red
is
Sauce
owned
Studios.
by Sabino and John Viola. We have wonderful Mario here. You're going to explain to us who you are affiliated with the feast, give us a rundown on the feast, a little history on the feast, and what your input is with this feast.
Sure, no problem, Kathy. As you know, this young lady was our Grand Marshal last year on our 97th annual parade, and this year's our 98th. My great-grandfather was one of the founding fathers in 1926.
Wow.
They
Wow.
decided to have a block party. They came from Naples, and a couple of business owners decided to have a block party.
Naples!
Yeah. And they picked the patron saint of Naples, which was San Gennaro, who was a bishop who got beheaded in 350 AD, I guess it was.
Wow,
that's a long
and
time
they tried
ago.
to kill him twice. They couldn't kill him, and then they finally beheaded
It's
him.
like a cockroach.
Yeah, it's like a
They
cock.
can't
Couldn't
kill
kill him, and that's the way the Italians are. We're good. We last forever.
That's right.
And I grew up in this neighborhood, and like I said, my great-grandfather started the feast, Salvatore Esposito, with his business friend and now then relative Luigi Vitali, and they started this feast. They started a block party. They lit up the fire escapes with lights, like Christmas lights, and they would bring out food from their houses, and everybody would share
I love
it.
that.
And they said, "Wow, this is
Turn into this
Look at
feast.
this.
great idea." And 98 years later, we only missed 2 years, obviously 9/11 and COVID, 2020. And I grew up right down the block here. During the feast, they have the princesses and the queens on the float.
Okay.
As a 7 or 8 year old, I would dress up like G.I. Joe and protect the princesses. And I have pictures of it, and I'll send it to you guys later
I would
on.
love to see that.
And then later on, as I got older, I carried the flags, the Italian flag, the banner.
So
Started.
you're very much into tradition.
Oh, tradition is
old
my
school.
old school culture, family tradition.
How
It's
important
important.
do you think that is, holding the tradition of the culture, the feast, the whole 9 yards, just tradition?
Tradition. The members now, we are all volunteer members. Most of them are relatives, cousins, best friends from kindergarten up. We're 19 of us that put this feast together.
That's
all
so amazing.
total volunteer.
I love that.
All total. Nobody gets paid. We work hard. It takes us 12 months. We'll finish this feast on Sunday, and by October we'll start preparing for next
So
year.
you're already preparing for next year.
Yeah, and
Wow.
we're also putting together a committee for the 100th anniversary, where we're going to try to really blow it up and have an amazing.
coming back.
Without a doubt, we're trying to. Our plan is, and don't tell nobody, but our plan is to get all our grand marshals back, such as Kathy,
Yeah.
Steve Sharippa, Amon Asanti,
it.
and on and on and
Can
on.
I be
This
an
year-
honorary Grand Marshal just because I know
We'll bring it
Kathrine?
up at the meeting. We'll see what we can do. Ann Burrell was our Grand Marshal this year. She was fabulous. Like I said, I grew up in this neighborhood. I married a neighborhood girl, my wife Joyce, 42 years. I have 3 children who, my oldest son is Christopher, and his wife is Sochi. I have 2 grandchildren out there, Valamir and Christopher. They live in Texas. My middle daughter is married now with her husband Will, and she's has a 15-month-old, and she's pregnant again.
Aw,
And then
congratulations.
my baby's 30. And he had a baby, and he's married to Jordan, and my grandson RJ, I love him. I love them all and their family. Hopefully I could get my sons to come back and be members at some point, and my grandsons, you know. But family is everything, and this is my family, my tradition. I remember growing up, watching the stands go up at the beginning of September, school starting, and then...
Such a good feeling.
Oh, such a great
Wow.
feeling.
I had the Mount Carmel feast, so
Right.
when you saw them start to put the lights up, as a kid, you lose your mind.
You lose your
Yeah.
mind. But then the sad
Yeah.
part is that Sunday night when they're breaking down the stands,
Oh,
you
that's
know
sad.
that
Yeah, it's over.
school is in.
Yes,
We're done.
that's
Next
it.
thing we can look forward to is Thanksgiving,
And
probably.
the winter.
I'll tell
And
you
the
what
winter.
I missed that you'll remember, you might remember. in Mount Carmel Feast, and I know they sold them here. The dolls on the stick that the Italians would put on the bed.
Yes.
You know,
I
and you know who
remember
did
that.
it?
Yep.
My cousin,
I
Frankie
remember
Capello's
that.
brother, Johnny
I broke
Capello,
my grandmother's
he would
on my
make
bed.
those. He would sell them in the feast. He would have 2 or 3 stands at the feast, and he would sell those. And you put them on your bed. My daughter, my wife had one for
They
her
look
wedding.
like brides.
He made one for
Wow.
her wedding. We had it on the bed. We took pictures in her mom's bedroom.
Who, Johnny?
Johnny, yeah. You remember Johnny? I mean,
Yes,
Johnny
I
passed
loved
many
him.
years ago. So he had a novelty business.
It's like the
and he did it.
Italian Annabelle.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, and some traditions.
Yeah.
I mean, this stand here, Vinny Peanuts, which they renamed the corner after. This is a cousin of mine. He's married into the family, and they've been here for just as long as the feast. I can remember.
Wow.
I mean, the Tyrone and the nuts, and there's staples in the neighborhood. Obviously, Baby John's got the cafe.
Yep.
He's been here forever. He'll be here forever. I made my first dollar in the feast with him, stuffing cannolis, coming from LaSalle Academy, my high school, and running here.
You went to LaSalle?
I went to LaSalle
Oh,
Academy in
my God,
Manhattan.
a lot
We
of
used to
our
walk
friends,
there.
yeah.
I mean, I lived here on 126 Mulberry Street.
Wow.
Until I get married. I got married at a young age, 21, and I had my own vending business for 30 years with the Bureau of Prisons. I did vending, and now I work in a school in Staten Island, PS8. I'm a para. I coach baseball, but my life keeps coming back here as a volunteer. We need Mulberry Street. My mother had dinner with the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, in Angelo's
Wow.
restaurant. She was part of an organization called LIRA.
Amazing.
She was part of an organization called LIRA, the Little Italy Restoration Association.
Wow.
And they kept the neighborhood strong so that we can have these feasts. The geographics of Little Italy, when we had Little Lyra, was Canal to Houston, the Bowery to Broadway. Huge. Little Italy.
What is it now?
It's Canal Street up Mulberry to Broome. Probably you have Nolita, No Host, without a bunch of different groupings within
right.
there.
Besides demographically shrinking, how else has this feast changed?
Well, the feast has changed for me. I mean, every stand, I knew everybody. My aunt had a butcher, Esposito's Butcher. She would come out and cook eggplant parmesan, meatball parmesan, all this stuff straight out.
Love that.
The Fratters used to have sausage and peppers outstairs. You had everybody that you knew. It was either a restaurant or a person that lived in the neighborhood.
That was cooking home cooked food.
Home cooked food. In the back of the butcher, they were cooking the food, the chicken parmesan, the eggplant parmesan, and it was top notch. And now these are vendors.
Yeah.
These are people
These
that
are
go
not
to
people
feast.
that are cooking
Except for
from
Lucy
the heart.
Sausage, she's probably the only one left of the realm that we had back in the past.
Wow.
But you can walk up and down the block, and they're all great people. Ethically, all different ethnic groups and
And we
stuff.
love
different,
that.
Yeah, we
We
love
love
that.
that. The
Absolutely,
people that
100%.
enjoying our
But the
feast.
difference, like you asked, was the difference is that there were people that literally had storefronts and they'd come out with their food and their stuff.
So that's
and
how
sell
it started.
That's how it
beautiful.
started.
That's beautiful.
That's how it
I
started.
love that. It's. Do you feel that that since it's shrunk, do you feel that it's less Italians because there are less Italians in the neighborhood?
Well, there's
or-
there's definitely less Italians in the neighborhood. My mom died in 2020. She still lived at 126 Mulberry Street, and there are very few left here. I mean, there's a handful, but. We used to, the doors were open, everybody running up and down the building. On Sunday, you'd smell the sauce on everybody.
Wow.
So, it was, you knew everybody. I mean, now it's a lot of, Wall Street people coming here. They can't afford to live here.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't afford to live in
Right.
Little Italy no more because of the price of the rent and everything. But yeah, that's changed. But you know what? It's still a beautiful neighborhood. People come from around
is.
the
It's
world
beautiful,
to
yeah.
eat here, to come in this festival. We have people, I met people from Australia. I met people from China. I met people from all over the world that come here specifically for this feast. And that's an amazing thing. And that makes me feel so good that
I
it's
gotta
such a
tell
big
you,
thing.
you should feel good because I'm gonna tell you my best New York moment, my number one iconic New York, most joyful New York moment with my family on that float. I was the Grand Marshal. Mario and the committee asked me to be the Grand Marshal. I was so honored. You get on this float and you get on with, they give you up to 26 people, right? Or
Yeah, it was
something?
like 20-something people. Yeah,
20-something people.
Yeah.
You go from what to what. You go up Houston. It's magical.
Yeah.
You're
It's
looking
so
down at the
beautiful.
crowds. Are so happy to be here. People from all over the world.
Waving to you. Yeah,
Beautiful.
People from all over the world. I felt so proud to be Italian.
Mm-hmm.
I felt so proud. I'm coming to this feast since I'm a baby. My
Yeah.
mother, my grandparents came, and I gotta tell you, I want to be on that float every year because it's such a happy, beautiful New York iconic moment. And and I hope next year we can get Sebastian Maniscalco.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that would
I'm
be
glad
great.
you really enjoyed
And
that.
I want to thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You know, Sebastian, this year Amber was magnificent, but I was searching, and I'm searching for next year. And Sebastian would be a great.
We're
thing.
gonna get him on.
We're gonna-
Sylvester
you gotta-
Stallone
you
is
gotta
my. I'm
We're
trying.
gonna
I would
get
love
Tulsa
to.
King,
Tulsa
baby.
King,
Tulsa
baby.
King,
You know, he was born on
baby.
he was born in Hell's Kitchen on 44th.
Yes,
Street.
yeah, he was born in
so,
Hell's Kitchen.
Let's see if watch the podcast, Sly. We watch Tulsa
want
King. You watch
you.
the podcast.
Sly, we
Let's
want
go.
you. Sebastian.
Come on, now, Sebastian. Yeah, we got connections with
Yes.
Sebastian, so we probably.
Yeah, we got
That'd
the
be a
connection
beautiful
right
thing.
there.
Mary, I just want to say to you, I wish everybody could see what I'm staring at.
Yeah,
Just-
they could turn it around.
Well, okay, can we say, I just want you to, you should be proud of this, that all
Yeah.
these people are here because of you, and
Well,
they
not
are
directly because of me,
well,
but
not
my crew.
Yeah, your crew,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, we work hard.
Your
I mean,
whole crew.
some people do more than I still work. Like I said, I'm a teacher's assistant in PS8 Second Korea, and a couple of the members are retired, so they do put in a lot more time than I do. But I'm at every meeting, and whenever I can, when I'm off in the summer, we come, we measure the spots, we do our spray painting, we meet with the applicants of the people coming in.
You make it happen.
We make it
They
happen.
make it out. And
Each
let's talk
individual-
about the center stage.
Center
My
stage.
cousin, who's going to be there?
Ricky Tonelli here on
Yeah.
Saturday night. Come
Joe
and see him.
Corsi.
Joe Corsi was here
Joe
last
Corsi.
Saturday. We got a great group that go on that
Francis
bandstand.
Mangano.
Francis Mangano will be there as well
Doing
with Ricky
hub
Tonelli.
ballads.
That's right. So don't miss out on the Grand and Mott Street bandstand.
What
where
time
you're
does
gonna-
that start?
7 o'clock on Saturday night.
And I will be there to MC it.
Unfortunately, I won't. My daughter is getting married. Having married.
Congratulations.
She's having a ceremony. She is married, my daughter, and she's having a ceremony at Bocce's
That's
restaurant in Staten
beautiful.
Island. So unfortunately, I won't be here, but I'll be here in spirit. I'm sure I'll get some text messages and some.
We'll send you
pictures.
some videos.
Send me some videos,
Okay.
please.
I'm gonna
please.
come.
Mario, we want to thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you for having
Cats
me on.
and pudding.
I
And
love
kitty.
you.
And kitty.
Cats and pudding and dog.
We love you.
We love you,
Love you too,
Mary.
Kat.
Oh my
Bye-bye,
God,
Jen.
I want
We
to
love you.
You're so wonderful.
so much.
Thank you so much for coming.